Hadith, stoning a monkey for adultery. This hadith comes from the Sahih al-Bukhari collection, number 3849. During the pre-Islamic period of ignorance, I saw a she-monkey surrounded by a number of other monkeys. They were all stoning it because it had committed illegal sexual intercourse. And I, too, stoned it along with them. Now let me read a part of that again. During the pre-Islamic period of ignorance, in this case I is a guy named Amr, I saw a she-monkey surrounded by a number of other monkeys. I want to stress that is not a metaphor. That is literal. Okay, it's not saying that people were behaving like apes. This is meant to describe actual monkeys. And they were all stoning this she-monkey because it, or she, meaning this monkey, had committed illegal sexual intercourse. And I, meaning Amr, I too stoned it along with them. And this whole thing is just so unusual in so many ways, which is why I brought it to you. Now, first of all, oddly enough, this has absolutely nothing to do with Muhammad, even though it is in the Hadith. There are no sayings or actions of Muhammad here. Rather, this is more of a story about one of Muhammad's companions, and it's in a section about Muhammad's companions. So this person, Amr, is Amr bin Maimun al-Audi, and he is a known hadith narrator. And this is a sahih hadith, meaning solid. But beyond that, at least for religious purposes, I'm not sure what purpose this serves exactly, if it serves a purpose at all. I mean, there's always the possibility that there are things that were just thrown in to be thrown in. And when you look at this, there is no connection to Muhammad or a lesson other than a person basically describing how he was a horrible, ignorant animal before Islam. And if there is a purpose here, that has to be it, because this story is clearly ridiculous and almost certainly never happened. Now, first off, you're not crazy. I don't think monkeys are native to Mecca. And if they were, monkeys have never been seen stoning another monkey. This is not a thing. And they definitely don't have some kind of law among the monkeys that females should be stoned for improper sexual misconduct. The entire thing is just so silly that the literal story either has to be considered a miracle, which is unlikely given the circumstances, or it is a tall tale from an ancient man. Or maybe it's something that is making a point, and a point that goes beyond stone-throwing monkeys. So, just for fun, let's assume that there is a point here, and that this isn't just some random story of crazy things that may or may not have happened. Just for fun, let's say there is a moral lesson being presented here. Now, if there is a moral lesson, what is it? It could actually be a whole lot of things, because this is a crazy story with a very crazy thing that is happening. But for me, if we're going to go in that direction, there are two likely moral points being made here. Now, number one, I kind of touched on before. It is the importance of Muhammad and Islam. Because before Islam, Amr was apparently so clueless, he would just do whatever the monkeys did and just join in like an unthinking large ape, just following instinct. And if you look at the Arabic for this one, the word Jahiliyyah is used. Now, that's what Muslims call the period of ignorance before Islam. Now, on a side note, I always wonder why Christians don't have a name for this. Like, what were the Vikings before Christianization? The Aztecs, the pre-Christian Romans. We have a lot of words for these people. Pagans, heathens, maybe barbarians at one point in time. But there really is no special word for the people that became Christianized for how they were before they were Christians. There just isn't a Christian equivalent of Jahiliyyah. Anyway, that could be the point being made here. To look at this and say, this is how foolish and stupid that the Arabs were before Islam. And there's probably a second possibility as well. This might be a possible endorsement of the type of thing Christians would call natural law. The idea that some things are just so obvious that you can see this law in nature and the animals. This is just obvious. An example of this would be murder. Or in the case of these monkeys, adultery is obvious natural law, or fornication. Now, it's never actually specified which monkey law was violated and the specifics of how it was violated, but perhaps that's the point. There is no monkey law. There's just natural law. It's just something that should be obvious to everyone, even monkeys. Or, again, it might just be an old man telling tales in the early Islamic Empire. It's possible. So it might be a moral tale, it might be a tall tale, it might be a delusional memory, it might be a sermon. Now, one thing it is, for sure, is interesting. And honestly, that's why it's here. It stands out for so many reasons. I just thought people might find it as interesting as I did. You can read into that what you will. Thank you, and I'll talk to you next time. Inshallah.